The study reveals how gender disparities are worsening in the face of cascading global crises such as COVID-19 pandemic, violent conflict and climate change, coupled with the backlash against women's sexual and reproductive health and rights. As a result, countries will not meet SDG 5 by the 2030 deadline. This is a tipping point for women's rights and gender equality as we approach the halfway mark to 2030, said Seema Baris, Executive Director at UN Women. It is critical that we rally now to invest in women and girls' reclaim and acceleration progress. The data shows undeniable regression in their lives made worsen by the global crisis in income, safety, education, and health. The longer we take to reverse this trend, it will cost more. The Gender Snapshot 2022 report showcased how cooperation, partnerships, and investment are essential to put world back on track. Without swift actions, legal systems that do not ban violence against women or protect their rights in marriage and family may continue to exist for generations to come. The report warns that at a current rate of progress, it will take up to 286 years to close gaps in legal protection and remove discriminatory laws. Furthermore, it will take 140 years for women to achieve equal representation in leadership positions in the workplace and 40 years for the same to happen in national parliaments. To eradicate child marriage by 2030, progress will have to be 17 times faster than it was in last decade, with girls from the poorest rural households and in a conflict-affected areas expected to suffer the most. Cascading global crises are putting the achievements of the SDGs in jeopardy, with the world's most vulnerable population groups disproportionately impacted, in particular women and girls. Gender equality is the foundation for achieving all the SDGs and it should be at the heart of building back better, said Maria Francesca Spatoli-Sano, an Assistant Secretary General at UNDESA. The report also highlights a worrisome reversal on poverty reduction, with rising prices set to exacerbate the situation. By the end of year, roughly 383 million women and girls will live in extreme poverty compared to 368 million men and boys. Many more will have insufficient income to meet basic needs such as food, clothing, and adequate shelter in most parts of the world. If current trends continue, more women and girls in sub-Saharan Africa will live in extreme poverty by 2030 than today, according to the reports. The invasion of Ukraine in February and the ongoing war there, further worsening the food insecurity and hunger, especially among women and children. The war has led to limited supplies of wheat, fertilizer, and fuel while propelling the inflation. Other daunting facts from the report reveal that globally women lost roughly $800 billion in income due to the pandemic. Despite a rebound, women's participation in the job market is projected to decrease this year to 50.8% compared to 51.8% in 2021. The report has released ahead of a Transforming Education Summit, which will convene on the margins of UN General Assembly later this month. Although not enough by itself, achieving universal girls' education would help to boost gender equality. Each additional year of schooling can increase a girl's future earning by up to 20%. According to the report, with further impacts on poverty reduction, better maternal health, lower child mortality, greater HIV prevention, and reduced violence against women.